My name's Elaine Catton, and I've been in the automotive industry all my professional life, and an automotive journalist and writer for the last 20 years or so. Now, although the written word is my principal domain, I have done some work to microphone and camera, and I would like to do more, although not necessarily anything to do with cars. However, as that is what I'm comfortable with, that's what I'm going to be using for these snippets here. So let's start by turning to an issue that's been causing a bit of a stink in the industry of late. In September 2015, Volkswagen sparked a scandal that became known in the industry as the diesel affair, when it admitted that many of its models were equipped with software written specifically to cheat emissions testing in the USA. Since then, it has cost the company getting on for €30 billion. Senior executives are in prison and investigations are still ongoing. It has also turned the spotlight of public scrutiny on the internal combustion engine and on diesel in particular. Governments around the world, including the UK, have already announced plans for severe restrictions and even complete bans on petrol and diesel vehicles. But how can we get by without them? Now, car makers are convinced that the answer is electricity, or one of them at least. What the industry is talking about is something called new mobility. Now, that's not simply about replacing conventional vehicles with electric cars. It's about completely rethinking the way we travel from A to B. So that means things like integrated transport systems, vehicle sharing and smart mobility for improving traffic flow, lowering congestion and making roads safer. However, there are still many major hurdles to be addressed before this new mobility can be achieved. Batteries deliver nothing like the range and flexibility of petrol and diesel engines. And on top of that, there's the prickly little matter of where all this electricity comes from. How do we generate all that? And what about finite resources such as lithium that is necessary to make the batteries in the first place? Now, localised air pollution caused by road traffic is not a problem just associated with big cities. I'm here in the rural market town of Crieff in Perthshire, which in 2013 was declared an air quality management area because of excessive pollution caused by road traffic. Martin Bloemsma and his wife Laura run Café Rhubarb here on Crieff High Street, which was declared a NOx danger area for having levels in excess of those recommended as safe by the Scottish Government. Martin, were you aware of that and how did you feel about it?
I was made aware of it. I do think it's not very good. Something needs to be done about that to make the street a bit safer.
Now, these NOx levels are mainly associated with slow-moving traffic caused by congestion and restrictions by parked cars there. If there were parking restrictions brought into the high street here, what impact would that have on your business?
I think it's going to be quite devastating for me and for any other business in Crete because there's no people stopping anymore and business will fail and it will turn into a ghost town.
This is not a problem with a quick fix. Vehicles need to be cleaner, there's no doubt about that. But people and businesses also need to keep moving. Mobility is crucial to our economy. So as the age of new mobility dawns, where does that leave the petrol head? Those enthusiasts who love nothing more than the sound of a powerful engine and who will drive simply for the sake of it with no destination in mind. What's in it for them? I'm joined by classic car enthusiast Axel Engel. So what happens now, Axel, to car enthusiasts like you?
It's definitely going to get more difficult. Finding the correct fuel for some cars is going to be more difficult. Social acceptance of having a car with a big engine, emissions and all that is a bit of a story. But then on the other hand, people who have cars like this don't necessarily drive many miles. Many people have a car like that and do 1,000 or 2,000 miles a year. Mm-hmm. So there will always be room for those, but it's not going to be as easy as it was.
So do you envisage yourself driving an electric car in future?
As an everyday car, it could be possible, but then the range would have to be significantly larger than what it is now. In a classic car sense, I don't think so, though.
There are no easy or direct answers to this question. If you look back 20 years from now, we will see big changes. There will be a lot more electric vehicles on the road. There may be other things that we haven't even thought of now. But a lot of things will still be the same, and I'm sure classic cars will still be one of them. The impact of mobility on our health and the environment is one of the big issues of our time. Individual mobility is a fundamental freedom that delivers enormous benefits but at a substantial price. And the challenge is to keep the good while getting rid of the bad. And that's a long and bumpy road.